Welcome to Road America and the 2025 Runoffs. Now, we're starting a little bit early because I got a couple of things to say. Usually I would start this in the editing room, as you know, but we're going to start right here before the green flag. Couple quick notes. This is a new track for us. We don't get to go to new tracks a whole lot, but Road America is a new track. It is fantastic. It is a beautiful racetrack, and it's so much fun to drive. The week for us had gone relatively well. We bought a bunch of test days, spent a bunch of time getting used to everything. Stuart in the blue car on the left there is a buddy. We work together a lot. Eric Yeagle's in the red second gen fit up there right in front of him. And the three of us work together a lot. And we are rolling off about 9th place. We were rolling at 9th place. We did have some mechanical problems, and that included doing a head gasket on Monday night. But other than that, the car did really well. We had an oil leak after that. But anyway, the car did really well. Let's jump straight into this race. I believe somewhere around here. Yeah, right around here we get the green flag. And, well, we're going racing for the 2025 Runoffs. So the plan is that we're going to hook up with Stuart, and Stuart's going to hook up with Yeagle, and we're all just going to push in a line working together. But we all know how it goes with plans. The start didn't really go our way. This left lane is making some moves that my lane isn't really working out. This green Mazda right up there in front of us there, I hear that he didn't have a great start, and so our line kind of backed up. You can see this left lane is still just moving, but I can't break in. I can't really get in anywhere. And so here we go, turn 3 all the way through. Turn 3 double wide. We're still jockeying for position, still trying to figure out where we're going to be, who we're going to push with. And at this point, all of our buddies are way up front, way out front there. Stephanie Anderson's just pulled up to our left, and she is a buddy, but you know, we lost a lot of spots on that start, and so we got a lot of work to do to try to get back into a favorable position. Down into turn 5 here, we're doing every bit of 105, maybe 108 or so. Especially in a line like this, I hit Ricky real hard there. I didn't mean to do that. It just, that line backed up and I wasn't prepared for that, and popped him pretty good. And that also set us up with this huge gap we're going to have to deal with. So we kind of have to concede the spot to Stephanie there. And we got Gail Corley on our left. Well, I guess now he's going to go at our right here. Kind of had to concede the spot. We're just losing positions. I hate it. It was one of the worst starts I've had in a long time. We protect a little bit because I'm not sure what Gail's going to do, and I do not want to lose any more spots. So we protect the left a little bit, and now we are headed into the super famous carousel. Now, one thing right off the bat, the car was just, you see how much steering input I'm putting into it. The car was just instantly not handling well, and I later found that there was a bunch of toe in on that left front corner. So I'm not totally sure what happened. I didn't touch anyone all week really with that corner, so I don't know what happened there. But either way, we're going through the world famous kink, and I tell you what, even a B-Spec car is a bit of a pucker. It's a little bit of a pucker. And here we go with our very first mistake. I've got a good head of steam, and I try to make a pass. What I really should have done is stuck with Stephanie and push. I should have pushed. I know better than that, and I was so broken from losing so many positions that I'm working super hard to try to get them back. And instead, I was able to actually seal up this spot, but the first of a few different mistakes we'll make here. So we were able to put Stephanie behind us, and if you watch, this group of 3 has a bit of a tussle here, which gives them a bad run and gives us a good run. And this is big mistake number 2. I needed to hook up with these guys, but I had such a good run, I decided to pull out and try to make a pass. And if you watch on this left side here, you'll see the cars that I just put behind me, that stacked up behind me, have put together a group of their own. And here we are getting absolutely swamped. 2 positions gone. We lose it back to Stephanie again. We kind of are able to pull on Ricky a little bit, but we're 3 wide here, and it's just not smart. It's bad racing on my part. I really should have stayed in line and gone to pushing instead of trying to pass. It's not smart. So ultimately, as we head down into turn 3 here, we were able to gain 1 position, put Ricky behind us, and that's great, but we lost a bunch of track position. You can see how far Stuart is way up front there, and man, the car's just not handling well. Won't turn right at all. And I know that I'm setting up for a fight. I've got a car that's going to be fighting me, and we're sitting like 13th or something at this point. Not where we want to be. Not where we want to be at all. But this is a good case of put your head down and keep working because there's nothing else to be done about it. You're in the race that you're in, and you got to do the best you can. Okay, so as we exit turn 5, you can see there's a tussle up there. I have a run on Stephanie, so I pull out. Stuart protects inside so we can get back with our buddy again, but on the left side, watch this. Boink. A little bit of an oopsie there. I pull inside of Stephanie, she's on my right, and I saw some movement on the left, kind of. I didn't really know what was happening over there because I was paying so much attention to Stuart and Stephanie. But it turns out that somebody had pulled up and kind of forced us 3 wide there, which was a little bit of a problem. Right before turning, I glanced down the mirror to see what the movement was, and I could see that there was a car there. I didn't think there was much overlap at all. And so, just to be safe, I left about a half a car with me inside of my turn in there, and it wasn't enough. We had a little doink, a little bit of sideways action. I went and talked to the driver after the race, and we had a little bit of a disagreement on who should have been where and what rights to the lane each of us had, but I raced with him just a few weekends ago, and it's ultimately fine. What's important is we're hooked back up with Stuart. We got our buddy right in front of us. Stuart and I worked extensively together through the course of the week, so I was super comfortable staying super, super close to him, as you're seeing right here. There's a little bit of smoke that comes up here, and I don't know what that is. I couldn't smell it, but I was a little bit concerned about it at this point in the race. You see us waving each other off here. There's a double yellow. There's an incident somewhere on track. I think someone blew a motor. And so there's an incident on track, and, well, we have to slow down a little bit. Now, something that people don't talk a lot about for a double yellow is technically you are supposed to slow down, and we do. We come off pace. Well, we come off pace, and that's what we are obligated to do as per the rule book. But as a driver, it is also your job to catch the safety car, and between those lines, as a driver, the double yellow represents an opportunity to get back into the race that you might have lost. And so we are cooking along pretty good because we want to get closer to the lead pack. We want to get back in the lead pack, gain those space that we lost, and we'll get back in the race. We catch up, you see us, Stuart waved me off, and I waved everyone off behind me so that we don't stack up and we'll cause another reason for another double yellow situation. So we'll skip ahead now to get back in the action. Okay, so lights are out on the pace car. We know that we're coming to a green flag. It's kind of a funny moment right here. Doink, doink. Stuart raised the hand and goes, sorry. The line backed up in a way that I wasn't prepared for. I know that we're gonna get a green flag at any moment now, or the leader has the right to leave at a certain point in time. He can choose when he goes, or we get a green flag. We're moving any moment now, and so I want to be tucked in super, super tight, and it was just a little bit early for that. So we are full on, we are going, and I'm giving everything up to stay with Stuart. And so we have this beautiful run up the inside and watch that RPM gauge. Oh, I hit the rev limiter. This killed me. We were going to the front. As far as I'm concerned, Stuart and I were driving to the front of this pack. And, well, I ruined it for us both. Got in the rev limiter and fell away. Stuart lost the draft. Now, if you remember, the car's not handling well, and I'm trying to carry as much speed as I can, and that translates to I'm just going to drive all the way out here. Stephanie was nice enough to give me a space to come back on track. But once again, we've lost Stuart and we're losing positions again. There goes Chris Taylor. Stephanie's back up in front of us, and now we're behind Chris Taylor. And man, it's such a tough feeling to lose positions. Car's not handling well. The race is kind of not going incredibly well for us. So pick the friends you got. We're going to work with Chris here now. You can see him in the window waving like encouragement. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And that's the right answer. That's the correct thing to do. We're going to lay back a little bit because there's some double line action happening here. I don't know what's going to go on. And you can see Stuart turned sideways right there. He got hit a little bit, turned sideways, and then got piled into by another couple cars. So Stuart is done. He's out of the race. But what that does do is create this situation for us to keep the pack close to us. At this point, strategically speaking, I've got no idea what we're going to do because Stuart's gone. Yeagle has actually driven his way all the way into the top 3, so he's way up there having an incredible race. Really a hell of a drive by Yeagle on that one. But we're back here right now, and we've got some decisions to make. We got to figure out what are we going to do because we're kind of out of friends back here. Another shortcoming of mine was the lack of hand signals. While the car is not handling well, we don't have a lot of friends. Stephanie is a friend, and she's right on our tail, and we could work with her. We need to be giving hand signals, and I'm just not. I'm super focused on how do I get this car to do what I want it to do. And so ultimately, again, in the same vein, you got to work with the people that you're around. So here we are. We're going to push Corley, who's going to push Picartrick, who's going to push Taylor. And Picartrick is a buddy. Picartrick is a buddy, but we got to get to him. And you see me right there finally giving some hand signals to Stephanie. I don't know what I was thinking about. This class lives off of hand signals. But because we don't know Gale that well, we haven't run with him at all this week. Kind of got to give it up a little bit early, which is a huge bummer because the last thing I want is to punt him off, and so I got to give it up a little bit early. And I'm going to keep saying it. Broken record. Sorry, the car doesn't handle well, and so it won't turn right. And so turn 1 is a super fast right-hand turn, and so we're not doing so well. We're not doing so well through that corner at all, and you can see we're holding up Stephanie in a big way. If you watch that right side mirror there, she's trying to make some peaks there. The only thing that this car has at this point is straight line speed. I've got horsepower, and that's all I have to offer anyone who is around me. And so Gale's giving us a thumbs up there, like, yep, that's what we need. Push, push, push. He does give us a wave off there. I think that he was not too terribly sure how hard I was going to be pushing, maybe. It's funny the driver-to-driver signals you get. So right there, you can see his hands go crazy. He had some kind of a mechanical failure, and he really did an incredible job getting out of the way. Didn't hold us up really at all. But there's a car behind us now, and that's great. We got one position back again, but you don't want to get it on a mechanical failure, and that was kind of a bummer. But what that also did is took a draft away from me. I'm a little too far back right now to sniff on Picartrick's draft. So I just have to hope the best. There's those hand signals to Stephanie, like push, push, push. Let's go. We're alone now, and we really need to catch up. We need to get back up to the front there. So at this point in the race, we're kind of just trying to gather it back up. That's really where we are. Hit your marks, go as deep as you can, and for me, I'm trying to maximize corner speed as much as possible because the car is just in rough shape as far as turning right goes. It's just not doing real well. And so the goal is to hit marks, maximize mid-corner speed, and exist in the space. Do the best you can. Put in the laps. That's where we are right now. And I can see Picartrick showing nose on Chris. I think he's a little bit quicker here and there. And so what we really want is for that group to come to us so that Stephanie and I can hook up and push as a group of 4 because we'll be faster than the 2 of us that we got here. But we're working. We're doing it as best we can. Stephanie's pushing off the corner, and I'm able to pull us down the longer straightaways. And so it's not a bad system that we're working out here, but hit your marks, put your head down, and put laps in. That's where we are. So coming into turn 5 here, I don't know exactly what happened, but Picard stayed on the brakes a little bit longer, and then right there's a little bit of a bobble that I wasn't prepared for and sent me way wide. I don't know what exactly happened there. I don't know if the line backed up in a funny way, but it's great for us because all of a sudden we're close enough. We can probably start sniffing a draft off Rob here, and Rob's a great guy. He's a great buddy to work with. He's good to have nearby, and so maybe things are looking up. Maybe things are a little bit better than they were, I don't know, 100 yards ago. That's the thing about B-Spec racing is it changes so fast. It changes so fast. And so the goal now is to keep this distance, stay where we are, keep pushing because this race is not over yet. We got a lot of driving to do. So I'm really pushing the envelope, especially right through Canada Corner, because this is an important part of the track right here. If I can stay close through here, then I can stay relatively close all the way through 14 here. It's not as close as I'd like to be, but I can stay in the fight, and if I can stay this distance, then on the front straightaway, I'll be able to reel them back in again. And so I was pushing the envelope in Canada Corner. I went way overboard there. Those rumble strips are violent out there. They are terribly violent. It's just bad stuff. And so, but anyway, we're able to catch up here. It's a really exciting moment. We're going to push Rob. It's our chosen buddy, Honda to Honda, and we're able to put Chris behind us a little bit here. And but it feels good to be making up spots, put spots in. I really want to get back to where we were. I want to get back up to at least 9th place, if not higher if we can. And well, now we're Honda to Honda. We can hook up some horsepower and go. And so right there, you can hear all the off-throttle nonsense I've got to do to get the car through the corner. What a mess. What a mess. The car's just not doing well. So any of these handling sections, we got to maximize as we can to put in the horsepower. And right here, you can see the power of the draft. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. But Chris is so good on the brakes. And so watch, see, he's in the right mirror right there. Whoop, right up under us. And watch this. Watch what happens here. Chris is so good under braking. It's crazy. This monster stop like you can hardly believe. Rob gets pushed a little bit there, but all that really does is, again, it keeps the fight close to us. We're protecting from Stephanie just a little bit, but keeps the fight close to us. We're able to stay tight with Rob here, and well, this is how it goes. Chris just went from picked up 2 spots in one corner under the braking. It's crazy how quickly things change. So we're approaching turn 5 here, and it makes me think you're going to see this. Watch this moment that I have. Small moment, but it's impactful. You can see the gap that I lose just from that little bitty correction. And it makes me think about how relatively hard turn 5 actually was. We go from a super, super fast section, well into triple digits there, all the way down to, what, 50 miles per hour, 55 miles per hour maybe? The turn is so slow, and visually it's very, very hard. And that was an interesting thing that I found, is I kept overblowing, over and over and over again. And what I started thinking about was, if you watch, that left side wall falls away, and the right side wall falls away a little bit, but mostly just continues straight and opens up this huge, huge area that is turn 5. And what that really does visually is make you feel like you got lots of time and space and you can really go fast. At least that's what it made me feel like. And the turn is super slow. And so the visuals were really, really interesting, because you had to fight the urge to go faster, because you were going to blow the corner every single time. So at this point, as a group, I think the 4 of us have decided that we're just going to work together and try to push forward as much as we can. I'm doing a pretty poor job of staying tight. I think that if I could have pushed Rob more, we would have had a lot more speed together, all 4 of us. But I think that as a group, you notice Rob doesn't pull out the pass here. I think the 4 of us have just decided that we're going to work together and try to push forward as much as we can. 4 cars is faster than 1. And let's see if we can put some time in this lead pack and gain some track position. I think that's the goal for the group right now. So we had a little moment of Nate that you saw there, and I'm having to lift a bunch through the carousel on this lap. Car is getting worse. That left front tire is starting to fall away now because I'm leaning on it so hard. And I can't go full throttle through the carousel anymore, really, which is a huge hit to the lap time. As you can see by the way that Chris and Cartrick just drive away, there's nothing to be done. I'm just holding onto the car. I'm trying to keep the car together as best I can, and hopefully have something left at the end. And so one of those things that I was doing is kind of breathing on the carousel a little bit. Stephanie can't really get by me there, so I felt pretty safe kind of letting off there and just trying to save that left front tire at least a little bit. I don't know, trying to find balance. Maybe it's dumb, but that's what I was thinking about, and that's what I was doing. You can also see us approaching a red car there, right there, going through 14 on the front straightaway there. That's actually Josh. He's another Southeast guy, and he kind of got stuck out in no man's land. He's between us, the second pack, and the lead pack of 5 or 6 cars or so. And so he's got no one to work with, and so he's stuck out by himself while we've been hammering laps in, as you've seen the 4 of us working together, and we're catching up to him. And so that's a really encouraging sign for a secondary pack like this. To be catching someone in front is it's a good feeling. And so we're going, wow, man, it's working. Okay, great. Keep pushing, because it's working. We're definitely reeling another car in, and that's the goal. That's what we want. So we're coming back down into turn 5 right behind Rob here, and something really unfortunately happens right here. Bam. I hit Rob pretty hard. Did not mean to do that. I was gutted. It pushed him wide out of the marbles a little bit there. I had a run, but I can't do that. I felt just awful. And when he said when he turned in here, he knew he wasn't going to make the corner, and off out in the grass he goes. I was absolutely gutted. I felt terrible about that. I absolutely hated it. He was right behind me when we came off track at the checker, and I immediately got out of the car and ran back there and apologized. And he was okay. Rob's a really good guy. Been racing for a long time. I'll go door to door with him anytime. Although he might not go door to door with me anymore for a little while. I was gutted. I felt absolutely terrible. Not only did I hurt his race due to just bad driving on my part, but also I'm out a buddy again. I've lost yet another friend in the race, and well, we've lost draft again. Chris is too far up for me to get his draft. The Monster 2 is a much smaller car. It's a lower roof line. Drafts are harder to come by off them anyway, and so it's right back to me and Stephanie again. We're gonna reel Chris in little by little, but didn't feel good. Didn't feel good. This was a low point in the race for me, for sure, because Rob's such a good guy. I absolutely hated what I did. And so here we are protecting from Stephanie, because I was a bit of a sitting duck after all that happened. And so she tries this move, okay, up that left side, right there. You hear her lift there. I decided that we could go through there together, and I wasn't gonna let her just take it. And she lifted there, but that move is gonna come back a little bit later in the race. She got a great run through Canada Quarter there, and was able to pull up on my left side, and just nothing I could do about it. Nothing I could do about it at all. And so, well, here's a new fear that we have to think about. The good news on Rob, though, is he was able to get right back on track after the incident and almost immediately catch back up. And so he's right on Stephanie's tail. So the order goes Chris Taylor in front of me, and then Stephanie, and then Rob. And so we're still this tight group of 4, but boy, Rob lost 2 spots, and I know that I would absolutely hate hate that happened. I still feel bad. I still feel terrible. I might text him later. One of the things that you just saw, one of the things that this car does is if you stab the brakes real hard, the back end goes dancing all over the place. And, well, that's what happened. I stabbed the brakes real hard, the back end started dancing around, I'm chasing it. It was an ugly braking zone into 5 there. It's pretty rough. But I think Chris also had some moments, and so we're reeling him in, little bit by little bit. I decided that since I've got 3 cars on my back, that I was just going to try to get a pass executed on Chris, especially with the head of steam that I had. Minimally, Stephanie's making me nervous, and so if I could put a car between us, that's going to be good for me. And she was able to come straight through with us, and so I go, great, hell yeah, we're leading this group now. Let's push. Let's just keep on going. We were able to execute that pass perfectly using the only weapon we have now, which is horsepower. And so now we're leading this group, chasing down Josh. I can see dust clouds coming up from the lead pack kind of dropping tires as they're really starting to push super late in the race here. And honestly, things are looking up. I'm feeling a lot better about the race now. The car still handles terribly, but we're leading the group. I got no one in my windshield, and that feels really good. So we have just crossed under the white flag, which means there is 1 lap left in this whole race. It all comes down to this, and you see me protecting the inside just a little bit there, trying to decide, when is Stephanie going to make her move? I know she's going to, but when is she going to do it? And I get sloppy thinking about it, really, as you can see there up over the curb. So one of the mental maths that you're doing as a driver here is trying to decide who is partnered with who, especially when they're behind you. And in addition to managing the tires, you're managing the race, trying to go as fast as you can, you're pushing the car and trying to listen to it. You're also trying to think about who's going to be pushing who in what situation. And honestly, I'm thinking about the group behind me. I'm leading the group, Stephanie's right behind me, Chris Taylor's right behind her, and Rob Picartrick is right behind Taylor. I'm thinking about this group and I'm going, golly, I honestly don't know who is going to be pushing who in this situation. I don't know who's going to choose who. If Stephanie pokes her head out, is the group going to go with her and I'm going to get left behind? Or is she going to poke her head out and then Chris is going to line up behind me and then we're going to leave her in the dust? Like, I couldn't decide what was going to happen in this situation. So best to be safe and just protect the spot, protect inside. And so the white flag is out. We're coming up to our final lap. No, sorry, we are on our final lap and the fight is on. This is it. This is what it all comes down to. One final time through the carousel. I had let off a couple times before, and I'm not letting off now. I'm cranking the wheel over as far as it needs to go for me to get through this corner without lifting, and that is the goal. And I'm trying to kind of coax Stephanie on, like, come on, push me, let's go. Let's get away from these other two before we get into the last move-making positions here. And so here's where that previous lap comes into play right here. I'm staying to the right because I know the Mazdas have braking on me. I know that I cannot stop as good as those Mazdas. And so Stephanie pops in that left side mirror right here. She keeps her speed up. I try, but she keeps her speed up. She goes all the way out to the left. She's pulling up next to me. Look at this run she's got. It's incredible. Look at this run she's got. And here we go through Billy Mitchell. No lift. Neither of us is lifting. And so it is a drag race. I'm able to pull out just a little bit. And I think I've got a good spot going into 14 here, but we both go throttle on at the exact same time, and she's able just to get a killer run. And Chris is gonna try to go with her. I move over to try to spook him out of doing that. And Stephanie moves over to gives me her draft, and I'm calling Rob, push Rob, push Rob, push Rob, because I'm trying not to lose a spot to Chris. And Rob pushes me, and we start leaving Chris behind there. You can see me giving him a friendly middle finger out the window. Oh my gosh! And there's the checkered flag, and there's the friendly wave. It was what a finish! What unbelievable finish! And so there's me thinking, Rob. One, sorry, Rob, and two, thanks so much, Rob, because I could see in my rearview mirror weaving, trying to decide, is he going to push Chris? Is he going to push me? Is he going to push Chris? Is he going to push me? And ultimately, he decided to push me, and well, that kept us out in front of Chris, and we ended up coming home in 8th place. Not a terrible finish. Not the finish we would really love to have had, but hey, our car is clean. I was able to put it right back on the trailer with a brand new head gasket, and well, that was the race. So now we're just driving around, we're waving at corner workers, we're waving at fans. That's one of the cool things about Road America is Road America has their own fans that show up just because it's Road America, and they don't really care what's on track. They're going to Road America because they like it. And so there's tents alongside of the track. You can see all down here on the left side here. There's tents and stuff. People are set up. Turn 5 is full of people. The grandstands are full of people. You can see on the right side over here. It was so cool to be racing and seeing fans and people kind of out and about watching on the sidelines there. It was so much fun. It was really cool. I love Road America. It's a sick track. It is so much fun. It's such a unique driving experience because there's no give and take from one corner to the next. You know, a place like CMP, you got to give up a little bit in turn 4 to set up for the carousel. Not here at Road America. The turns are far enough away that you're driving each corner as an individual, and it's absolutely incredible. As we finish up the pace lap here, I just have to thank my brother Justin and my good buddy Matt Milford. Those guys made this week happen. They were my crew. They showed up to hang out and kind of help us a little bit, and boy, they made the whole week. I would not have gotten that head gasket changed if it wasn't for them. They dove immediately into the project, and we got the thing done. I think we started sometime in the afternoon, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We made the decision we just have to do the head gasket. I think that's where we are. And we started the car at 11 o'clock that night. It was incredible. It was outstanding. I just happened to have a new head gasket with me. But I can't thank those two enough. They made this week happen for sure. Would not have gone this way at all. Wouldn't have even done this well if it wasn't for them. So thanks to the crew. And man, what an incredible week. That's the race. That's Runoffs 2025. I don't know if we're going to do it next year or not, but boy, I sure did enjoy this one. The race started out really rough, and man, race started out real rough, but turned out in the end. Thanks for watching.